Welcome again to These Bad Feet. Listen carefully, there's something changed. Yep, no more cows, just chickens. Why so many chickens? Well, why not? But we lost the cows due to a wisp attack. Basically, I've been allowing the flux to get a little bit out of hand, so I've put some alembics up now, and I'm wearing the goggles again, by the way. And I've built this furnace. This didn't really help because I used it to process a whole load of my oil in one go, and we got up to dangerous levels. And it seems that a wisp finished off all my cows. Other than that, the base generally has expanded. I will just show you around. Of course, using diamond chests now. Still got stuff coming through from the quarry. It must be pretty... Oh, we've got diamonds coming through now, so it must be near the bottom. More barrels, and more of everything, really. More machines. GregTech has been added in since last time, so I've started down that road. Got a couple of centrifuges, and when I go upstairs again, you will see some of the other GregTech machines that I have put together. So yeah, we've got barrels down here too, an enchanting table, more heads. In fact, the whole head situation's got out of control. Also, I've enhanced the situation with the scrap. Rather than the scrap just coming here and then me having to sort it out by hand, now I can pick it up, walk over here, and put it into this obsidian pipe where it gets sucked through into this diamond chest, then again into the inflow to the quarry. Now, the reason that is useful is because the quarry now automatically sorts out things I don't need, like the wooden hose and stuff like that, the wooden tools, wooden weapons, and various other useless things, and send them back into the recyclers. You see, when I say this connects to the quarry, I mean it connects to the output from the quarry into my recyclers. I've got more recyclers too now because I've increased the speed of the quarry dramatically, and the existing system wasn't enough to keep up. Also, I've got all these cakes. The recyclers do produce a lot of cakes. But I rarely eat them because, of course, we've got a public pumpkin farm. So, always got plenty of pumpkin pie. So let's go on and have another look round. I've also started putting cakes around here. I haven't only done one so far, but we're going to have lots of cakes there eventually. Now, through here, things have expanded. I've been starting work on an oil refinery. I'll come back to that in a minute because I've been having some problems with that. I've started to dismantle this whole geothermal area. I've still kept in a bit of a facility to make lava, just because it's useful to have some lava. And at some point I might connect that up to another one of these tanks, but obviously that takes a fair bit of iron. Not that I'm short of iron, it's just I tend to collect the ore and then not process it. When I do process it, I process a lot in one go. Now my gravity chest plate is running out, so we'll just shove that in there for the moment. And we'll have a look round. Now, up here we have an industrial grinder, industrial electrolyzer, of course coke oven down there. I haven't been doing much with the creosote oil yet. We've got an implosion compressor there. Why did I need the implosion compressor? Well, you may be wondering, since I've turned all this off, where is my power coming from? Well, it comes from two ultimate hybrid panels. Seriously, it took a lot of effort to get these together, particularly getting the iridium, but I did it. And that basically solves all of my power problems. I've got an assembly table here, a thermionic fabricator down there, and here's the new bank of recyclers. Whoa! It's impinged a little bit on where I keep my bees. I also have two other bee locations. I won't go there right now, but I've got some in a swamp and some in a desert. The desert allows me to breed nether bees, and the swamp also allows me to breed water bees. And yeah, those chests are all full of bees. I haven't made an apiist chest yet. Apiistic chest? Can't remember which one it is. Oh, those are just valiants. Got a noble there. I have got some interesting ones, but oh, they're probably out with the got an imperial somewhere. I've got ancients. Ancients are fairly new to me. The Imperials must be out in the other chest. Sorry, the other areas. Anyway, we've got lots of bees there. Now, at the moment they're not doing anything because I've been concentrating on this oil refinery business. And talking of which, my gravity chest plate must be ready. Oh yeah. So, problem here. I've got lots of oil coming in. As you can see, I've currently the source of oil that I'm draining comes from over the back there. I have got a linking book to it actually, but why not? Let's have a look at the redwood forest. It's quite majestic. There it is. There you go, that's where the oil's coming from. The reason it's so high up is because the top of the gusher was just there. So it's drained all the way down through this tree. And it's funny, it does go right through this tree. And so now it's in the underground section of the well. And I'm sure there's a simpler way of connecting all this up. And I'm sure people will tell me the simpler way of connecting all this up. But it's liquid transposer, buckets come in, buckets go out, and you know, combustion engine powered by the oil itself with the aqueous accumulator to keep it cool. I've got lots of torches here because we're in a snowy biome and that does tend to ice up otherwise. So that's how that works, and when it connects up... By the way, in case you're wondering what this building is over here, this is Grallos' old base, because when he started his new series he abandoned that, and as you can see it's all, I hope I'm not spoiling anything, but it's all, you know, stripped apart. We've all taken bits and pieces from it, engines, pipes, you name it. This, I must admit, is where the assembly table came from, because I took the lasers out of the wall here and the assembly table used to be down there. So, not everything that is in my base has been built by me, but the big stuff has. I want to make that clear. So I have been really trying to do things as much as possible. Really, the things that I took from Grallos' place were more barrels and supplies. And, you know, because it just saved on logs. Not that I'm short of logs. There's that weird thing that you get in Mistcraft worlds where you get these oak wood underground. It's supposed to be roots or something, it just seems weird. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is solve this problem, hopefully, with the oil refinery. Right, yes, this was what I was going to talk about. Here we have two combustion engines not currently powering a refinery. Now, it does work, but the problem I have is the cooling isn't efficient enough. If I run this for any period of time, after a couple of minutes, the water cooling just drops alarmingly. Now, this is because I'm using an aqueous accumulator. I've read that that isn't enough, and I can see that's not enough, so obviously you would then think, well, let's switch to a pump with a 3x3 infinite water supply. Fair enough, except I've read that time and again the pump draws too many source blocks and destroys the infinite water source, which means the engines run out of coolant and it all blows up. The possibility of it blowing up is not acceptable to me. So I'm trying to find another source of power. Now what I think I can do, having looked on the wiki and done some maths, is I think I can do it with maybe 2 electric engines, maybe 1. Okay, first things first, piston. Then we need glass. Then tin, and tin. That's not it. Tin, piston, tin gear. Tin gear. Is this the wrong type of tin gear? Oh, it's that sort of tin. Oh, I'd make the other sort. This is insane. Why is there more than one sort of tin gear? Alright. So this is another good example of why I've got 2 tables. So we need to make 2 wooden gears. Bear with me. 2 stone gears. This is basically the process that I went through making pretty much everything on here. So do you then put the tin on? Yes, you do. So Like that, and I'll put the other tin gears in my chest. Looking at that, I'm thinking, is that another tin gear? So, yeah, you can see all the weird and wonderful things I've got here. Extra solar panels, generators, spare iridium, some diamond dust. You can see all that comes from making the you-know-what. Spare machine frames, I'm not quite sure why I've got so many of those. I probably made them by accident, but they've been handy because I've been able to use them for other things. Iron plate, that's from making those tanks. Irradiant glass pane, again, that's solar panels. Steel, reinforced machine casing, that's from the Greg Tech stuff. And, oh, various bits and pieces. Made a spare hungry chest as well. So, I've got my tin gears, electrical engine. So, the interesting thing is I've not actually tried putting any of the vacuum tubes in one of these yet. Right. Nothing happens, of course not. Let's take that out for the moment. Now, that's there. So 2 bronze electron tube. What's that for? Empty socket. Is that for an overclock or something? This confuses me now. This bothers me. I don't remember anything being mentioned about the empty socket in the wiki, so I feel like I've probably got something wrong. And now I'm trying to think what it was I was going to... Oh yeah, an advanced solar panel. Okay, you're joining me back again. I've already made one advanced solar panel, but I've just made another one after doing all that compressing and everything. So I thought, also since it was night time, I couldn't really see if it was going to work or not. So I thought, well, I'll make a second one, and we'll see what happens. Now I notice immediately that the electric engine isn't actually doing very much. So that's generating 8. But then again, I don't think I've turned it on, have I? Do you need to turn these on? We'll find out in a sec. Oh yeah, that was the problem. But what I'm going to do is, before we get all excited, I'm going to turn to the good old glass fibre cable and connect these up to it. Now that looks to me... Current output 2. Now I thought if you added in 2 bronze electron tubes, from what I read, that would actually increase the output, but it doesn't look like it has. This is just barely ticking over now, isn't it? I mean, what are we actually getting in here? That's pathetic. I mean, it's working, but it's pathetic. So yes, hang on, let me check what's up with this. Do I need to put something in that socket? Ah, right, okay, I've looked it up online, and it seems what happened is I've put these bronze electron tubes in the only hole that will actually accept them. What I should do is put them on a circuit board with a soldering iron and put them in the empty socket. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll see if it works. Okay, so I'm over here with my carpenter, and I think you just need to do that. And I'll put some of these in here too. And we should be... Oh, I need to turn it on. Because this is basically my forestry stuff. It's just connected to a Stirling engine. So we'll just wait for that to finish off. So, yeah, I've been building this up for some time, and it is a mess. I mean, everybody that comes over here says, this is just such a mess. And it is. It's really organic. I mean, if I switch on the old quantum armour and up we go. That's basically how it's grown. From the original fenced area, then underground. Then I started to do my quarry building over here. Obviously I kept it away from the base, and you can see where the first quarries were. Big chunk error. And this then naturally became the place where I built all my other machines, because originally this was just the power system for the quarry. And when I wanted to put in the bees, well, I thought, just in case I get any aggressive ones, Of course, I didn't realise at that time that most of the bees are perfectly harmless. It's only the nether ones that are completely insane, and or the ender ones. I mean, there are other dangerous ones too. But the rain stopped. It lulled me into a false sense of security, really, when I actually got the nether bees and found how aggressive they were. It really surprised me. I still haven't got the proper suit for beekeeping yet. How are we doing? It's probably made several by now. Oh no, it stopped. That's good. So we'll switch off. Now I've got my soldering iron. So yeah, that's another peculiarity, isn't it? That in America they say soldering. I think they do in Scotland as well, but in England we say soldering with the L. It's strange, but that's the way it is. Apparently it used to be, many years ago, everybody said soldering, but for some reason, probably because of confusion with the English word sod, they, meaning us, the English, we basically adapted to something else. Now I need to work out how to use this thing. I've never actually done this before. Okay, I've worked this out. So, right click soldering iron, one of those. Now it tells me I can stack these, so presumably doesn't look like you can stack them, but anyway, we'll see what happens. It did say that in the wiki that you could stack them up to 2, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, of course, it's not going to do anything now, is it? Because it's night time. Okay, so this is the final arrangement. I now have 4 advanced solar panels here and 2 electrical engines. Both of them have the bronze electron tube upgrade. Now, the reasoning here is that I did try making... Originally, I was trying to run it with just the 2 panels and 1 engine. The trouble with that is, this engine with 2 panels doesn't produce a constant output. And that meant that the refinery was never reaching its maximum efficiency. I tried running the engine with 3 solar panels, but then that kept overheating and shutting down. So I thought, we need to find a compromise, and what I decided to do was 2 engines, so it won't overheat because it keeps stopping, so it's always hovering around 135 degrees. But the 2 engines together, they keep the refinery pretty much at its sweet spot. You can see it's hovering around about the green mark on those sort of pistons there, which shows that it's running at its best efficiency. And what we're getting through here, okay, it's not going to break any records, but it's coming through nicely. That's a fairly good speed for me, because, as I say, right now I don't have any use for the fuel, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I might hook it up to the MFSUs, I might do something else with it. Right now, my objective is simply to gradually fill this tank with fuel, and then we'll see what to do with it afterwards. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on These Bad Feet.